Look at the size of that leaf. It's huge. Now look at their little tendrils. They just grab onto stuff. And they're starting to reach the trellis. What are you doing, little dog? So the last of my plant starts. So this was a salad mix. It's going to seed some of the stuff. But I've been picking the kale. And I think I might transplant some of these out. Because like some of these are romaine and there's Swiss chard in there. And I didn't really plant any of that elsewhere. So I might. That's thyme. So the rest of that I planted over in the herb bed here. Look. It's my Egyptian walking onion. So this is new little onions. So it's like the top of a new onion. And this will fall. And I will plant a new onion in the dirt. And that's where that one came from. So each of these will grow another little onion. And I think this year I'm just going to keep the seed and plant them where I want them. Because I'm a little OCD. I planted this summery savory out here. It's my first year really growing that. I don't even think I know what it tastes like. Oh, that's really good. That would be really good on like potatoes with this sage. This oregano I really need to... Well, I've been waiting to see if it might flower and I can keep seeds off of it, but maybe I should just cut it back. I don't know. My mint is finally starting to come to life. I thought it died, but it's there. So here's the rest of the thyme. Planted out. Some more walking onions there. Planted out my fenugreek too. I still haven't eaten any of this. I don't know if I like it either, but I'm gonna have seeds to save. Let's see. These are little baby cilantros finally coming up. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that fenugreek. Ooh, look at that happy little eggplant. Look at all those little leaves down there. I think they're enjoying life underneath. Like cloches. Oh, look at them. This is my first year growing eggplants too. These are a mini patio eggplant, they're called. Baby patio eggplant, I think. And my pride and joy. My three sisters' bed, look at that. Everything's doing pretty good. Growing like weeds. All of the sunflowers are over a foot tall now. I would say most of the corn is over a foot tall now. And it's growing pretty fast, but I don't know how this is going to work here. I think that the beans might end up outgrowing the corn, which is supposed to be their supports, so that might be interesting. The peas, though, I think the peas and the sunflowers are gonna work out good. I need to weed this bed and mulch it. And these pumpkins are looking so good. Look at that. There's little flowers gonna be coming soon. I don't know if you can see that, but they're in there. I'm so excited about this. There's gonna be so much food. And I'm really excited. This piddly little thing. This is a blue butterfly pea. It's my first year growing those. I'm really excited. They're like a natural food coloring, or you can make them into tea. The lilacs are done for another year pretty well. I'm getting pretty pale and brown. Sad. Here's my potato bed. So almost every single little marigold is blooming. And the calendula is getting ready to. So, walk back down here. I mulched part of this bed on the weekend because these potatoes were getting tall. So that's probably like, I don't know, up to my knees. That mulch is, I don't know, 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall. And then those potatoes are coming, but there's still kind of a empty space I'm waiting for before I mulch the rest. But I don't know, maybe those potatoes didn't do good for some reason. The rest did. Seem really happy. And look at, I've never grown calendula before either. It's a neat looking plant. I don't know how long it takes from these buds to flowers, but hopefully soon. But yeah, the potatoes are already peeking through a little. This bed really needs to be weeded, but you can see carrots and beets coming up. Thistles. And I didn't have very good germination on these beets, and they were a brand new pack, so I'm wondering maybe they just are taking their time germinating. Like there's some, but like I would say less than half germinated, and it was a brand new seed pack. So where like these are from old seed packs, and I had way better germination on those, and I planted them at like the same time. Tulip, what are you doing? Come here. Get out of there. Come on. Good girl. Stay out of there. But yeah, there's a lot of weeds. I wanted to wait till the carrots all got their true leaves, because the little itty bitty carrots looked a lot like this grass that's coming up in here. I didn't want to be pulling my carrots trying to get that grass, but now they have their true leaves, so I don't have that excuse. I need to do that before it gets choked out. And I think this is morning glory. I don't want that. Like wild morning glory. It's a really bad weed. I think it's also called bindweed. I don't know if we have that here. I've heard people talk about it though. It sounds like it sucks. My little wild violets are going to seed, which I am so excited about because I want them everywhere. How do you save seed off of these? I need to find that out. Because I want to save seed and just put them everywhere. which you can see they are doing a pretty good job themselves. But eventually this is going to be wood chips, so I'd like to save some seed off them so I can put them where I want them. So I have no idea what poppy seedlings look like, but I don't think that they've come up here yet. Hopefully they do. My zinnias that I sowed here. Oh look, I didn't think that one was coming up, but there it is. So it's weird. This side I had 100% germination. So I did alternating. So there's one type there, and the same type there, and the same type there. And then there's a different type in between. So it alternates. One type, different type, one type, different type, one type. And I did the same thing on the other side with different varieties. And one of the varieties, I don't think any germinated. And the other one didn't have very good germination. So I don't know what the heck that's about. But look at onions. Look at that. I have never been able to grow onions. And part of that was growing in those beds. That was all I was growing in, so I just crammed everything in and didn't give it enough space, so it didn't grow very well. But it is appreciating this lots of space I'm giving it right now. I think, oh look, chamomile, finally. I didn't think it was gonna germinate. I was so sad, 'cause I love it. Last year was my first year growing that, and I loved it. It was so productive, and I loved the tea all through the winter, so I'm really glad to see that's coming up. So there's something making a weird noise. Oh no. I don't know what it is. It's tripping me out. Sounds like some weird bug or something. Or something scratching something. I don't know. Go away, weird sound. It's a bird on that far garden box. I don't know if she was like dust bathing or eating bugs. She was scratching around making weird sounds. Freaking me out. Freaking you out too? It's okay. Look at this. It's also my first time growing bachelor buttons. Come on, focus. What are you doing? Rude. Jeez. I'm assuming that that means that that's going to flower. So excited this was a mix, so no idea what color they're going to be. Oh, my beans have pretty much come up. Hey, stop eating grass. My zucchini are starting to get little itty bitty flower buds. So excited. And these little guys have germinated. I'm gonna have to cull one. It always happens. You plant and none come up, so you plant extra and then they all come up. Why? Why does it have to be the way? But look at all the beans. So I have like each little stick signifies a different variety. So there's 1, 5, 6 different types in this bed. All bush beans. Well, and there's broad beans and some cow peas, I think they're called in the end. I've never grown them before, so I don't know. Got them in a seed swap. These are some more potatoes. I think I'm gonna try not hilling these. Trials of doubting, I believe, Don't quote me on this, I might be completely wrong. I feel like he said that he doesn't hill his potatoes. But it might be the variety he's growing, so don't do that just because I said to do that. I didn't say to do that. But I'm going to try it. And look at this. This little pathetic plant. And it's really hideous head of cauliflower. I think it's because the leaves aren't big enough to cover it. So like, I don't know, it's kind of purplish actually. I should pick it before it opens up because I don't want to save seeds off of that thing. I don't think it was supposed to do that. Tulip. But all these plants have really taken off. I was worried they were going to be really stunted because I didn't get this bed finished as soon as I would have liked to, and I didn't get them planted as soon as I would have liked. And they were pretty stressed when I planted them. But other than that little guy, they all seem pretty happy. Ants have been chewing on my broad beans, so I put diatomaceous earth all over them, and they look like they've been leaving them alone. I did not have good germination on these cowpeas. Like, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know, like 10 or more in that section, and only 3 came up. And one of them, I don't know if that one's gonna make it. Oh, this one looks like it's gonna flower too. So exciting. Hey, quit eating bird seed. You're not a bird. Stop it. Pansies are blooming all over the place. They're so cute. I just love them so much. And that peony isn't going to bloom this year because I moved it there last year, but it's looking pretty happy. My bee balm. And I started those bachelor buttons from seed, but they're growing pretty quick now. And I don't know. I don't think any of these plants are the poppies I planted. I don't know. I think that might be a poppy. Somebody tell me if they know if that's a poppy, please. I don't know. Oh, look at that happy bee balm. Can't wait to see those flowers. And my tiger lilies are looking so good. That one looks like it's gonna have a bunch of flowers. Like on the one stem. I've never had good luck with those, so I'm really excited. Here's another bachelor button back there under the tree branch I fell. Another little guy there. Oh my gosh. I planted this last year. What is this called? Common woolly sunflower, I think is what that plant is called. But I started it in winter sowing jugs, like in milk jugs outside in like February last year. And that was the one plant that came up out of the whole jug. And I planted it. It didn't bloom last year. It's a perennial though. So I finally get to see the flowers. They're like little mini yellow daisy-like they're supposed to look like a little mini sunflower. And the bees are supposed to love them. That's why I got it. Same with these bee balms. And this little guy looks pretty darn happy. Especially compared to that piddly little one. But I gave them all a good feed of some cow manure. I think they are appreciating it. Another little bachelor button. A little mess of weeds back here, but elephant ears didn't bloom. So I'm going to move those this year. I think I'm going to put them over back behind in the maples. I have weeds here and some more bees and sweet peas all down this fence line. And pretty soon they're going to be tall enough to grab this beautiful fencing. Cover up this mess. And the tomatoes. Look at them. Like, look at how happy that tomato plant is. It's getting little flower buds. So this is an orange peach, it's called. So it's an orange tomato, but it's fuzzy like a peach, I guess. I don't know, I've never grown it. I got it in the seed swap, but I'm very excited. These nasturtiums are looking so happy. So this Thai basil. And I just moved these little guys, because again, same thing as the beds. A couple, so I planted one variety, a couple of seeds, one other variety, a couple of seeds, a different variety, a couple of seeds, and only, so that one would have two, and that one would have two, and then I wouldn't have any here. So a couple of the varieties have really poor germination, which sucks. But so anyways, I moved the extra seedlings that did germinate with the certain types. So those ones are really little because I started them from seed and they've been moved. But those tomatoes are so happy. It makes me so happy. And these ones have flower buds too. Oh my god, look at how big that is. This is the Berkeley's Pink Tie-Dye from Wild Boar Farms. I'm really, really excited. I've never grown any Wild Boar Farms tomatoes, but they look so cool. Very excited. And my corn. This was planted, I don't know, a week or two later than the other corn, but it's finally starting to kind of settle in and take off. I've been battling ants over here, so I've resolved to just dig this strip of bed where they've been building their hills. I just dig it every day. Come with the pitchfork. And I just replanted these basil. They don't seem to bother the zinnias. I don't know what about the zinnias deters them, but they leave them alone. And I replanted. This is an early girl tomato and another early girl tomato because they decapitated my Manitoba early tomatoes that I had planted there. I'd have to double check my notes, but I think that one might be Manitoba. I can't remember now. I would have to double check. And I replanted that one and that one and that one. They demolished shit in this box. I hate them so much. So everything's covered in diatomaceous earth. And I've been digging their shit up every day. And I also have a little borax and icing sugar mixed in a old soda can under there to poison them as well. Fucking ants. Look at. So beastie. I don't know if I showed this yet, but this proves my theory that it was the aminopyralid, I believe is how you say it. This is a sunflower. And you see how twisted and deformed its poor little leaves are? So, an aminopyralid is designed to kill everything except for grass. It also doesn't kill things in the brassica family, so I planted brassicas in this bed, and as you can see, they're all doing very well. We've already harvested some of the sprouting broccoli, and it's putting off a bit more. We've got more little broccoli heads coming. Maybe I'll show you that one, but trust me, it's there. So, judging by the fact that that sunflower looks like that, like how my tomatoes and my peppers did last year, I'm going to go ahead and say that yes, I did buy a bag of contaminated steer manure. So what that means is that this soil is contaminated in this bed for the next 8 plus years, because that's how long that shit lasts. Minimum. But the saving grace is that I can plant brassicas here. And they are doing just fine. Oh my god, look at. That's a little baby Brussels sprout. Yes. So yeah. But anyways, that kind of proves that that's what happened. My arugula is going to seed. I didn't even harvest any of it. Bad gardener, bad. And this cabbage. I don't know if you can even see this. Let's go over here. It's putting on a head. I've never had super good luck growing cabbages, but this I think is only my 3rd year. Last year my one surviving cabbage seedling went to seed, so we didn't get any. But look at it, it's a cabbage. Come on. My 2 surviving radishes. The fucking flea beetles didn't eat. They're looking pretty good. I might actually get to eat it. And this kale plant. Sorry, these little tents are so tiny. I need to get my big ones I've been talking about. Kale's looking good over there. Another one hiding under here. But yeah, it's all looking pretty good. I think daikon radishes going to seed. I didn't get to try them, but it means the weather's hot, which I don't really know what that's about. So, cucumbers, or should I say future pickles? I think I planted all pickling varieties. Shh, don't tell Justin. You can eat them fresh too. They're just as good. But yeah, I cannot wait. Oh my goodness. Little future pickles. Huh? Pretty sure that's chickweed or something. I don't know. But look, my little baby lettuce. That I planted so late. Usually we're living on salad right now, and I have like no lettuce in the garden. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. But look at that nasturtium. Look at all those little leaves. Do you have any flower buds? I think that's a bitty flower bud. Means we're gonna have nasturtium soon. Oh, better not be the birds fucking with my tomatoes. I think that they eat the bugs. I think they're the good guys. I want to believe that. Now, I don't know if the Alaskan nasturtiums are just more slow growing, but it seems to be just the ones in this box. Which is sad because I really, really like them. I want them to grow like wild. My goodness, friends. Tell me all about it. I love all the birds in our yard. I think they're mad at me because the bird feeder's empty right now. I gotta wash it out. I know I'm terrible. Or maybe they're just going for a drink. I don't know. I'm bothering them. How dare I? Oh, these are my cherry tomatoes. Come on, focus. And they're all getting little flowers coming on. Maybe not that one quite yet. Oh yeah, there's some. Like everything in this bed is doing so good. Except these little tiny nasturtiums. Like, oh, I just love them so much. Do better. Grow better. What are you doing? I also had to replace. There was this zinnia. Not this one, but I put a new one in here. because the one that was there had some twisted leaves that almost looked like it could have been from that. Like, but I don't know. I don't think there should be any in this bed. I think that's trying to be a sunflower. Look at it's a tomato flower. Oh, I can't wait to eat you. Another little tiny. Like, what are you doing? Be more like your neighbor, basil, red basil. It's growing like a champ. It does not come up on the camera how friggin' pretty that is. What the heck is this? Oh, those are just itty bitty leaves. They look like they're curling too. This box better not be contaminated. I'll lose my shit. Oh, I'm so excited for when I have nasturtiums spilling over the corners, basil blooming, and then the zinnias down the middle will bloom, and these tomatoes will just be big bushes. Can't wait. Oh, there's a turnip blooming in my walkway. You can stay there, friend. These turnips, oh yeah, they're going to seed too. Time to go, sorry. I give them a chance. If they'll produce food for me, they can stay, but otherwise this bed is for cucumbers, more pickles. Yeah, a lot of these are going to seed. That's what happened last year. That's how they got here. Go figure. Now I think that is a radish. Might be wrong. Let's take a peek. What do you think? It is a radish. Oh my god. So that's still seeded here from last year too. Oh my god, look at it. I love food I don't have to try for. So all of the radishes that I planted got eaten from flea beetles, other than the two I just showed you, like of this variety, Cherry Belle. But look at that. Like,